Welcome back to the channel. This is the Casuals. I'm Jin.
And I'm Saki.
And today's episode is we're starting something new, which is PowerWash Simulator. As you can see, we're all rubber suited up and have our power washers ready to go. And so this is basically the start of like a new series, like we said we would do. And this is kind of like replacing the random ramblings. This is gonna be absolutely random too whenever we upload. Uh, but I kind of wanted to give this a go. There's gonna be no music playing along because I want to see how it goes first without the music, and maybe in the future I'll add in music. But yeah, there's no particular subject, so to speak. For this particular episode, we're just gonna go. I'm just gonna talk about whatever. You could talk about whatever too. But yeah, we can get started right away. So let's see. How do I change the also? It was two. Yes. So yeah, just gonna start with that. Ooh. Okay. There we go. Ooh. Okay. So yeah. I guess things to talk about recently. I guess there has been development in I guess my life personally, and even yours to a certain extent. We were kind of anticipating this thing to happen. I'm not gonna go too much into detail as to what it is, but we were both kind of anticipating it. We didn't know how it was gonna happen, but it actually did happen to kind of our surprise, I guess, right?
Yeah, I'm kind of glad it finally happened. It did take a while, but
Yeah. Dude, I think we were trying to get it started, or we're like trying to aim for something to happen, like I think that like the beginning of November.
I think it might have been a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think. Well, the first signs of it happening was like, I think September, but like things didn't start really like quote unquote progressing until November, I guess, right?
Yeah, wasn't wasn't until a little bit later that it kind of went in full swing.
Yeah, and we just like confirmed it yesterday. Well, technically today, I guess too, right? Where we're finally able to be like, oh my god, like this actually is concluded. It took so damn
Yeah,
long. Let me try that 15-degree.
took a while, but hey, we finally got there.
Yeah. So I kind of feel exhausted in a sense. Mentally, it wasn't physically exhausting, but it was very mentally taxing, I guess. But because of this thing that we kind of achieved, I guess, right? Um, I think things will change a lot more because now I have a lot more free time to do things. Based on this change. Oh, nice. Wow. There's gonna be a lot to clean, but yeah, like I don't know. Things may change, things may not. I know for sure because of this, I'll be able to stream now. Like I'll actually be able to stream. Because I mentioned in one of the episodes that I wanted to stream. Right, I was thinking about us streaming. But even then, I wasn't too sure because again, I just don't have enough time. You know that I don't have enough time. Um, but now that I have I guess more free time, I kind of can invest that free time into more like branching out into new stuff and such. I don't know where it'll take me, but I'm sure it'll go somewhere though. I'm sure like I'll be able to make use of something. And then, oh, what was I gonna say? So, have you ever done power washing in real life?
Um, not really. Not like actual power washing.
I think.
Like,
Uh huh.
meaning we used to have like this attachment for the garden hose,
Uh huh.
whereas it was, I think it was called a water broom.
Yeah.
I've had one of those, and it's not really power washing, but we used it to like clean the driveway and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I think I had the exact same one as yours. It was like yellow, or at least ours was yellow. I don't know if yours was yellow.
ours was red.
Gotcha. Yeah, ours
We
were
had
like,
a,
uh huh.
I was gonna say yeah, we had a red one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, what's it called? Um, I had something similar where you like kind of attach it to a garden hose, or whatever, and it like spews out water in a high pressure. We use that to basically clean our car sometimes, but that was like the only time I ever used it.
Oh no, mine was an actual broom. Like it looked like a
Oh,
full-on broom.
okay, yeah. Mine was like, what's it called? Mine was an actual like pressure kind of like pressurized water spray spewer.
Okay, yeah, we had something different then.
Gotcha. Yeah, but I basically I don't think I would consider myself actually like have actually power washed to a certain extent. So this is kind of like the pseudo thing, whatever. Kind of like playing
Yeah.
Sims for Life Simulator.
Yeah, it's probably about as far as power washing as we'll get, huh?
Yeah. And I don't think I'll ever buy a power washer because we both live in California and water's fucking expensive.
Oh yeah.
There's no way I'm ever gonna power wash unless it was done like in a professional setting. Just because water is insanely expensive. I mean, water is limited resources everywhere too, right? So eventually, water prices are gonna go up in the future.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Sadly, it probably won't go down, but it'll go up, I guess.
which is, I guess, like it's one of those things where it's kind of inevitable for it to go up just because water. It's almost like gonna be turned into like what's it called, Mad Max, whatever.
I forget what that movie was. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, where they like want water and like it's basically water is like the true currency, whatever. Whoever holds the water holds all the power.
Yeah, what was that called? I think it was Mad Max.
It was, I'm
Fury
pretty sure.
Road or something, right? There's that
Yeah,
movie.
it's not Max Payne. I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's Mad Max. Um, but yeah, like I think eventually the world's gonna come to that point unless we find out other things. Like, here's the thing too. Like, people are like, oh, maybe we can just pull out of the ocean. The ocean has limits too, you know.
Yeah, we can't just keep taking from that, really.
So eventually, I feel like the only real solution is space travel. Find other resources outside of Earth.
But we're gonna Wally.
Yeah, pretty much. I feel like that is like as like comedic or like as like in a way like quote unquote fantasy sci-fi setting Wally was. It is still very realistic in terms of what can actually happen for humanity. I don't think it'll ever turn out 1-to-1, but I think it would be pretty darn close in terms of like the dystopian future type thing.
Yeah. Hopefully we won't be that size, but
We're not gonna live long enough for that, anyways.
hopefully we won't be like 800 pounds in like hover chairs, whatever those were.
Yeah. Here's the thing, like, there are some people. Here's a like I guess kind of like a moral quandary conundrum, right? There are a lot of people who say they don't want to be immortal, right? They don't want to be immortal. They don't want to live forever, because like they get that scenario of like I'm gonna be left all alone, right?
Right.
For me, I kind of want to like live forever, more so because I guess this is kind of an like self-deprecating humor. It's like I'm kind of used to being alone, being like a loner, but also another thing is I guess like I'm kind of curious as to what the future holds, if that makes sense. I
Yeah.
want to see if science progresses to the point where it's like all those what those movies and like media like kind of try and predict what the future is like or whatever, like the way they're trying painting that picture.
Yeah. Hopefully you'll get flying cars.
I feel like flying cars are going to be a disaster. I thought flying cars were cool at first, and then I just remembered how people drive. I'm just like, that and flying cars is going to be worse.
True. Plus, we kind of have to tell the younger generation after us to not eat laundry detergent, so I don't really know how that would go either, huh?
Yeah. So a thing about that, right? I feel like a lot of people give like crap, like give shit to those younger generations for doing that laundry detergent thing.
Hmm.
Um, But to be perfectly honest, I'm sure there's something equivalent in our generation that's like equally as stupid that we've done before. It just wasn't as prominent or prominently known back then because I think like in terms of media back then was very different compared to as today. It wasn't that instantaneous. It wasn't that like social media wasn't as prevalent as now.
Well, yeah, because it didn't exist.
Yeah, yeah. I think the most we ever had was like Yahoo.
MySpace.
Yeah, MySpace, Yahoo, like kind of like that Yahoo groups, whatever. I forget what it's called. AOL,
Oh my gosh, AOL.
and then like those online forums.
Yeah, but that was like the beginning of the internet, so.
Yeah. So like those kind of quote unquote dumb trends or stupid challenges just wasn't traveling around as much as it could have. I feel like I guess it goes both ways, right? If we were to live in that, if our generation was exposed to that kind of like level of media, like the current generation is, I feel like we would be in the same like kind of grouping of like why are we doing these dumb things, or would be showing like why we're doing these dumb things.
I think because there's nothing really left to do, maybe?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of this where I don't know if it's specifically our generation, right? But I do know it was a lot common more back then. Um, there was a thing I saw on like the internet where there was a challenge of like where someone puts you like whatever on a wall or something like that, and then they like someone basically grabs your throat and kind of chokes you to basically cut off your air, and whoever like you compete against someone else, and whoever like manages to hold on the fastest wins, right? And I thought that was just stupid because people have died from this because they go too far and then they just black out.
Right.
And I've only really seen that associated with like closer to our generation. I'm not sure if it is exactly our generation. It's definitely existed long before that apparently though.
Hmm.
Oh
Yeah, I don't
god,
know.
so much dirt I missed. Oh yeah. Going back to like the whole immortal thing, right? I kind of am curious about what it's like to be immortal. Like it's more closer to morbid curiosity, I guess, right?
I guess, yeah.
Would I enjoy it? I don't know. I don't think I would realistically. As much as I would like to think I could.
Yeah, I'm sure it sounds nice at first, right? But then you
Yeah.
actually think about it and you're like, that actually sounds kind of awful.
Yeah, because like I was like, okay, well, you're immortal. That's nice and all, right? You have to earn money in the end, right? I mean, theoretically, you could sleep anywhere because you wouldn't die. But it wouldn't be comfortable. You'd pretty much be miserable if you don't have a nice home to stay in. You have to earn
True.
money, so you have to work. And if you're trying to do any stupid, like ridiculous things to take advantage of your immortality, I'm sure the government will notice and like be like, "We want you. We're gonna use you for our experiments type deal, right? Or put you in like unfavorable situations that you never want to be in because they know you're immortal. So why would they not use you in that sense?"
Because no means no, man. No means no.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's just it would be interesting, but I feel like it would be a lot of suffering too.
Yeah, I think you would probably get bored after a while, or after a few lifetime, or not
Lifetimes,
even that.
generations, whatever year, millennias.
Yeah,
And in that case, other scenarios like what if Earth gets destroyed, right, and you're immortal?
yeah.
You're
Then what?
you're gonna just be floating in space, bored. You're like, well, now what? I guess you would just have to kind of float around until you discover another civilization or planet.
Yeah. That. Can you imagine you just have to keep doing that forever, though?
Yeah. I think what most people would like is like an immortal body, right? But also like the ability just to say like I'm done, you know? They would just like it's been a good run. I want to clock out, you know. I think if that kind of thing was existed, then people would take immortality.
I could see that.
Because like you know, it's nice to like be like I want to stop and then just stop. I'm sure there's like a whole movie about it too, or something like that, or some kind of story, like you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure it's been talked about or made into movies, like you said, or TV or something.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just I don't know the life. I guess sometimes I just think about that kind of stuff. Just like I wonder what it's like. But here we are living in a moment where PowerWash Simulator is one of the top-rated games on Steam.
What a time to be alive.
Indeed. What was it? Whatever. Born too late to experience whatever. Born too soon to explore the stars. Born just in the right time to experience PowerWash Simulator.
Oh, sounds about right.
Man, there's so much to do. This is the second level, by the way, of PowerWash Simulator. Because we did the first level just to, like, kind of test it out, you know? Get the feel for it. This is the first level, and it feels like it went from, like, 0 to 100 already in terms of, like, the amount that you need to do.
Yep. I don't know why I chose to do the patio, but I kind of regret it already.
Don't worry, I'm, like, struggling here, too, with this stairs. Maybe we'll have to split this into 2 episodes, you know?
Maybe, yeah, because...
I don't want this to go too long, because I also don't know how long... Because, like, our previous recordings, so I guess to give you some insights for other people who are watching... Typically, an upload for our podcast, or, like, our video... Just audio versions with the image and music. It takes me about... Also, this is because my internet's bad. It takes me about, like, 30 minutes to upload one video with an average time of, like, 30 minutes. I can't imagine just how much it would take, how long it would take just to render this entire video because there's like a lot of moving images and everything.
Guess we'll have to find out.
Yeah, so I'll aim for like maximum 30 minutes if we ever go that long. Or maybe let's just do, yeah, the patio and then this thing right here, this pool, sauna, I don't know. This hot tub made out of rocks. Maybe we'll go up to here and then finish the second part tomorrow. Or not tomorrow, like the next video.
Alright.
So, have you been into anything lately?
Have I been into anything?
Yeah.
PowerWash Simulator?
Just living in the moment.
Yeah. Pretty much. I mean, I don't really do a whole lot.
Yeah, I remember our talk where we were just like, man, we're really boring people.
Yeah. We're pretty boring people. I'm not gonna lie.
It's a miracle we've continued even doing this podcast to this day.
Honestly, yeah. Surprised.
Oh, dude, I guess I want to talk about something that I guess not. I don't see too many people talking about. Maybe I'm just not, you know, in the right places for those conversations. But I don't really see people talking about like the whole lactose intolerant thing. That shit sucks. It's genuinely really bad. To be lactose intolerant. So I guess a little bit of spoilers. We're trying to do mac and cheese comparisons. It's been delayed because of like one schedule reasons, but two also I kind of don't want to go through the pain again.
Hey, at least we're on the last one.
We are the last one, but every single time, dude, I've had massive like pain in like my intestines.
Even after the
Yeah,
The
even
last
after
one we
like
did.
yeah, I thought it was okay because I only
Yeah,
took a couple bites and I took one pill. Turns out it was the wrong move. I should have taken two, I guess.
yeah, you literally ate like 3 bites.
Yep, and that was a mistake. I think the more processed the cheese is, the worse it gets for me. I don't know. I could never figure it out. It's just, in the end, it's just dairy bad, lactase bad.
That sucks. I'm kind of glad I don't have lactose intolerance.
Yeah, because you never need to worry about, like, is there dairy in this? Do I need to worry about the fallout that comes after eating dairy?
Yeah, I guess for me it's more sugar.
Ooh, yeah, sugar can do that to me too. I remember that one time where I think I ate, like, some kind of cheese with you, right? And then after I ate sugar, my god, that was one of the worst feelings I've ever had. I felt so sick after that. I genuinely felt like I wanted to throw up at times.
Yikes.
Yeah, dude, being lactose intolerant sucks. It's just like, and what's crazy is that being lactose intolerant is like the majority of the population, by like a couple percentages from what I remembered. But still, that's like mind blowing that you don't seem to come across that many people who are lactose intolerant, or that are lactose intolerant. You don't seem to come across that many people, but again, they're like the majority, and
I didn't
technically
know
you're the
that.
minority.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about. Gotta get rid of all the visible ones first. There we go.
I kind of hate all the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, thankfully the game, if you clean a certain amount, it just like auto completes the rest.
Thank God.
Yeah, so you don't need to get super all nuke and cranny, but sometimes you do just in case, or like just for like to complete like a certain percentage or something like that. I don't know. Ugh. So I guess. Ooh, maybe we can't really talk about it because it's in relation to our trip in Japan. Um, Probably will have to keep quiet about it. Okay, so I guess one thing, I guess this is fine to talk about. You really want to see the capybaras
Right.
in Japan. Um, I do know there is an existence of a capybara cafe. I just don't know where it is, to be honest. But I feel
Guess
like
what?
what?
It's called. Let's Google it.
I was gonna say if we are able to go to it, I feel like we would 100% go for it.
I would. I'd be like, yeah, just leave me behind. I found my people.
I'll stay here forever. What made you like what like? Do you remember when you first started liking capybaras?
Yeah, it was. What was that? 2018 or 2019? Like end of 2018, kind of the start of 2019.
Do you know what like made you start liking them?
Because they were chonky boys, and they were just so chill. Like I went to when I was in Thailand. We went to a zoo up in the northern part, and they had capybaras, and you could feed them. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I've never even like seen this animal before. So then I fed one, and it just like it, we fed it like bamboo, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just like munching it like it was nothing. And I'm like, at the time at least, um, we had bamboo in the backyard of my house. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And it was pretty much taking over our lawn. It was growing in the lawn. It hopped over the brick wall we made, and so it was getting out of hand. And I remember my uncle. He was like, "Hey, I have a solution for that." And we were like, "Oh, really? Like what? What is it?" He's like, "Yeah, just buy a panda." I'm like, "Really, dude?" And then I was like, "Oh wait, capybaras can eat bamboo too, I guess." And like, this was way after we took out the bamboo already, but I was like, "Why don't we buy a capybara?"
The thing with capybaras is that they're very social animals, so you need a bunch of
That's fine. We had a bunch of bamboo.
them. Keep them happy.
Yeah, plus they're pretty chill with other animals
Most of them, yeah.
because they're in the rodent family. And I remember I saw a picture of a capybara chilling with some guinea pigs and stuff, and I was like, "No way! Like a guinea pig is probably the size of its poop, and it still chills with it."
It even chills out with like just a lot of different animals, yeah.
And who doesn't love the iconic image of it just chilling in a hot spring with an orange on its head?
Dude, I love that video. It's a classic.
Who doesn't like that one? Oh my god, I got the patio.
I almost got the tub, whatever. Not the hot spring, like the waterfall, whatever. I remember really liking capybaras back in junior high, or it might have been high school too, where I was browsing in computer class. I was just browsing, because I'm done and everything. And I remember seeing a news or Reddit post about like how capybaras were so chill, and I was like, oh, I like that. And ever since then, I kind of like just like vibed with capybaras.
They're pretty awesome.
They are. I don't think I would ever want one as a pet, though. I don't think I would be able to give them the proper care that they need. Despite them being super chill.
Yeah.
I still think they need specialized skills, like, care. Because capybara is one of those, like, special animals that you kind of, like, need to do well taking care of. Kind of like how people try taking care of foxes. I think that's kind of weird that they do try keeping foxes as pets.
Yeah, any exotic animal, huh?
Yeah. Like, the only two pets that you should really... Three pets, rather, in terms of, like, mammals is, like, a bird, a dog, and a cat. I don't think there's really any other animal that you should keep as a pet, specifically, like a house pet.
I'm trying to think of other ones.
I mean, I guess, like, guinea pigs and everything are also a thing. But I don't know if, like, putting them in an enclosed space or, like, a less, like... Because, like, I don't know, like... That's out of my knowledge. I think just those three, at least specifically dogs, cats, and birds, I know a little bit more about. So, like, I can say, like, yeah, keep them as house pets. But even then, for birds, I feel kind of bad for if they can't fly around as much.
Bro. Unless you can, like, have them, like, I guess, fly around in your house?
Yeah, but not even a lot of people do that, from what I know. A lot of them just keep them in cages for some reason. I'm like, what's the what's the point of getting the bird then?
Yeah, it's gotta, like, stretch its wings out and, like, fly around?
Yeah. At that point, I think it's borderline animal cruelty. But then again, I don't know what typical bird owners do, to be honest. So I mean, they can be taking really good. I guess it goes both ways, right? There's really good animal like caretakers, and there's really bad ones, no matter what type of pet it is.
Yeah. Always gonna be like that, unfortunately.
Yeah. Man, time goes by so fast. It's already almost 30 minutes.
Mm,
Oh,
my hand.
have you been holding it, or have you just been using the right click thing and then letting it auto?
I'm just letting it auto, but
Oh, movement.
the movement's so weird for my hand. It's like it just feels raw weird. It's like not correct.
Let's see. Did I get everything on this wall? No. There you go. So I guess a little bit more background. Saki is not really used to mouse controls just because he's been basically he was basically a console gamer his entire life.
That's what we had.
Yep. Which is, not nothing bad or anything. It's just how he grew up, That's what he was, exposed to with as a childhood. For me, I was more about the whole, PC stuff, so that's why I'm more used to it. All right, we did a lot. We're gonna have to stop for now. Hopefully, this saves our progress. If it not, I'm gonna cry. But it should
Yeah.
save from what I remember. So yeah. So this has been, I guess, the first episode of PowerWash Simulator. Again, we're not really interesting people. We're just two dudes chilling, doing PowerWash simulating. Um, but yeah, hope whoever watches this enjoys it.
Oh, you could pick this thing. I could have used this to get on top of the umbrella.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay, so we just made it more difficult than it needed to be.
I thought you knew about it because you were picking up the gnome in the fucking van episode. Or not episode,
Yeah,
but
but
van.
this one I was staring at this thing for a while and it didn't give the little like pop up you could pick it up. So I was like, oh, you probably can't move it. So I was just like, I'm just
Mine.
gonna push the button anyway, and you can move it. I was like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah, we're gonna need a lot of those in the future. But yeah, hopefully whoever's watching this enjoyed it, and hopefully when we come back, it's gonna be this part, second part of the house or slash backyard, or patio. I don't know. This is backyard, right? Yeah, this has to be backyard. Um,
this, as I say, there's not much left here, so it might be a quick one, or we might do part of the next level, I guess.
yeah, maybe. We'll just have to say we're gonna play it by ear. We're not professionals whatsoever. Um, but
Wait,
yeah.
wait, 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 wait.
Oh,
Hold on.
what you up to?
I have a weird thing with numbers,
You want?
and I want it to be 75% cleaned, not 74.
I don't think it's. Oh, there you go. 75.
Okay,
Because
now we're good.
I think if you complete it, it's gonna be 76 or something.
Oof, then I'd have to go to 80.
Yeah. But yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it, as I said for the third time, because I can't think of any words. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you next time. Bye bye.